What's up, everybody? Tindo here, and I've been thrift shopping, as you can see, because there is stuff in front of me. Now, I'm sure you can tell who this is, but we're going to talk about him today. I found him at the thrift store. I'm very excited about it, but we're going to talk about why. But let's go to the thrift stores first. Let's watch me shop for a little while. Let's talk about everything that I saw. Then let's come back here and talk about these video games as well as this mystery person. Check this out. Let's start out with today's warm-up Goodwill. This is my warm-up because it's so close to my house, and there's probably a dozen, 24 videos on my channel where I start out with this specific Goodwill. The only thing that was in the lockbox here today that was worth looking at was that big box Call of Duty game, which I only have interest in because I like those big box games. That's really it, but the price tag on it was up there, so I'm not really even going to worry about that today. Maybe I'll come back later at half-off day. Maybe I could get it a little cheaper. But there was a lot of Call of Duty, Ghost Recon stuff here today. Lots of stuff that I already have. Lots of sports games, Connect games. Every video game that was in their video game section, I actually did have. So if I'm going to buy any video games here at all, they're definitely going to be the ones that are mixed in with all the other DVDs. So I'll just have to take a look through here and make sure there isn't any other video games. But it's really not looking too great at the first stop for video games. This Goodwill was in the middle of restocking, and it was kind of funny because everything that I watched them put out was just kind of peculiar, like this bag full of hockey pucks, street pucks, I guess. This one's for my Canadian friends, I guess. Do you guys up in Canada play street hockey at all, ever, or is it just strictly ice because there's always ice there? I'm genuinely curious. Comment below. But here's the only thing I'm going to buy at this stop today. Look at this beautiful Batman. Check this out. I just stopped off at Taco Bell to grab something quick to eat, and I was just going to get like a taco, so I could hold myself over till Hannah gets off and we can go get dinner together. But there's an Xbox One giveaway if you buy one of these. So, yeah, maybe we should enter. It'd be pretty funny if on my gaming channel I want an Xbox One bundle. I don't have an Xbox One, so that'd be great. On to the next stop for the day. It's another Goodwill. It's looking to be a Goodwill kind of day, and I'm not mad about that, especially since today seems to be restocking day. Right inside the door, waiting on the cart for me was what? A copy of Wii Fit. Well, I sure would like to buy it, because that did seem meant to be, but it's got a brand new price tag on it, so I'm not going to pay for that. I'll wait and come back here half-off day and buy all 13 copies of Wii Fit they have, maybe. I don't know. But they do have a video game section here, which is cool. I'm glad to see that. A lot of the Goodwills that I've been going to lately have just been mixing them in with the DVDs, which is not as much, well, it's a different kind of fun, I guess. I was going to say it's not as much fun, but I'm looking through all this, and once again, I'm just seeing tons and tons of stuff that I already have. I can't find one thing on this shelf yet that I don't already have. But here's the first one. But I had to look at my spreadsheet to see if I have it, because I know I have that for one system, but it turns out I did not have that particular Sims game for the Xbox, so I will be buying that. And then sports titles. There's nothing else in the video game section that I'm going to buy, but there's almost definitely games scattered across these DVDs, and I know this because the last time I was here, we found a copy of Mario Sunshine squeezed in with the rest of the DVDs. Here's a workout Wii game that I don't have, and I'm going to buy it because, well, I'm that crazy person going for a complete Wii collection, so I got to buy the nonsense when I find it cheap. And this nonsense is cheap, so I will buy. I did quite a bit more digging and finally found a Hello Kitty game. Alright, I'll buy it, I guess. No manual, but it's only a couple bucks, so it's worth it, and I don't really have any Hello Kitty games, so why not buy? This stop is looking a little bit better in terms of video games than the last one, so I'm feeling better, but let's go check the rest of the store and make sure there isn't something else back here that might make today a little better. And I'm not saying a lot. There's a Wii board up there, which might go good with that fitness game that I just bought, but most of you watching probably already know that I've got plenty of Wii boards. Here's one of those aftermarket N64 controllers that actually aren't that bad. I kind of like that one. It's nice and it's a rugged controller, but I don't need more N64 controllers, so I'm not going to get it. But I am going to check all this furniture and make sure there's no shelves that are compatible with my shelves at home, because I need more shelves as always. I am in an eternal state of needing more shelves, but there are none here today, so let's check the toys real quick before we get out of here. I'm not seeing any. I wouldn't mind finding some more Batman action figures, because that last one that I found, I'm super happy about it, but I don't see anything else. Up at the lock boxes, there was quite a bit to look at. There's a original PlayStation there, as well as an Xbox 360 in box. It took me a little while to get some help, but when I had a lady come over and let me look at them, turns out that the Xbox is really high priced, like $70-$80, and it has not the Xbox that is pictured on it in there. So not really going to be terribly interested in that, but it was cool to look at. Just wish the prices were a little better. I might have bought it because I only have one Inbox 360, and I like the green on that box. Another thing that caught my eye is this bag of Skylanders, but the price on it was just wild. I mean, just absolutely wild, and I keep seeing this at Goodwills. The people at the Goodwills are under the impression that these Skylanders are worth a lot. And I suppose a bag full of the right ones can be, but I know just by looking at the top of this bag, those are all the super common ones. Those are the ones that come in the boxes when you buy the peripherals, etc. So I appreciate them trying. I understand they're trying to make a profit, but it's just a bummer because I would like to have that bag, and I'd pay a few bucks for it. But they're going to be lucky to sell that bag for that price, even on a half-off day, because it was just high. It's probably going to go to the first person through the door on dollar day whenever that rolls around on that particular color tag. I had the lady let me check inside the books just in case there might be some games in there, but in all my days of thrift shopping, I've only ever actually seen that once, and it was all PC stuff. Hannah went through the rest of the DVD section of the lower shelves. We kind of split it up and tag team it, and here's everything she found, and she did good. Dead to Rights on the Xbox, which is awesome, and then a GameCube Harry Potter game. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you the darker side of this story. We were really excited about that Harry Potter game, and because it was on the shelf here, that means that it should just be a few bucks. They put the more expensive games, typically, in the lockbox. So we took it up to the front of the store like we were going to buy it, and as we were checking out, we looked down at the price, and it was triple what we thought it was because that Harry Potter game had like $35 on it. Which, first of all, was wild because that's way too high for that. I think they looked it up on eBay, and there must have been one sealed that came up first, and they just saw it and said, oh, this game's worth $30-$40. You're lucky to get that if it's sealed. So, some sort of misunderstanding. We didn't buy it. We were not paying anywhere near that for that game. It's a $4, $5, maybe $10 game if you're lucky. So, we put that back. We bought the other games that we found, and we headed on to the last stop of the day. One more Goodwill. That's right. I said it is a Goodwill kind of day, and we're going to start just how we ended. Turns out there was a ton of GameCube stuff at this Goodwill, and there were a few things I didn't have, so I am going to buy a few Goodwill games here today, but I'm actually leaving more GameCube games than I'm buying. And that's kind of a bummer, but the GameCube games I'm leaving behind, they weren't really worth anything. They were just some that I already had. If it's ever worth anything at all, I'll get it for trade-in credit, but nothing really hit that mark. But the stuff I am getting is right here. SpongeBob, I'm buying that. King Kong, buying that for sure. And then there was one more GameCube game here that I was definitely buying. I believe it was, not that one. That was one that I did have. There's something else in here that I'm buying. I think you saw a minute ago I found a Shrek game. There it is, buying the Nickelodeon game. The Cars game is the one I'm not buying. That's probably the GameCube game I see the most out in the wild. But we got a handful of stuff here we are buying. So let's take it all back to the game room, and let's talk about everything that I got today. Nothing?
Nothing.
I got a SpongeBob game.
Dang.
All right, guys, we are back in the game room. Let's talk about these video games, and then let's talk about this guy that's clearly not Batman. First off, I got 10-minute solution, 10-minute cardio workouts for knockout body, and it's compatible with the Wii Fit. As a lot of you know, your boy collects Wii Fit. It's a thing. Here's like half my stack. I've got a lot of Wii Fit games. Now, I did not know until today that there were other... Well, I knew there were other games that you could use the Wii board for, but I was not aware there were more fitness games that were compatible with the Wii Fit board. So, look, it even has the emblem on the back. I really haven't seen that a ton. You can use the Wii board for this fitness game. So, the question is, does this go with my Wii Fit collection? Probably not, but that's where we're going to keep it. Next up, another banger, Hello Kitty Seasons. I really thought this was a Sims game whenever I found it, but that's definitely a Hello Kitty game. This might actually be my first Hello Kitty game. Now, if there are any games that I go past today that you're familiar with and you like, please be sure to comment below. Let me know if I should play them and why, because there's not a ton here I'm familiar with. There's a couple here I'm familiar with. 50 Cent Bulletproof. I've never played it, but I do have it on the Xbox, and I did not have it on the PlayStation 2. So, 50 belongs to me. Next up, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3. For the Xbox, I have this one also for PlayStation 2, but I don't have it for the Xbox. The Sims busting out. I got a lot of stuff today that's just multiple copies that I already had. For other consoles, I do have this for PlayStation 2. But it's alright. I love me some Sims games. Not as much as Hannah does. Hannah is the resident Sims player here. But next up, I got not one, not two, but 3 GameCube games. This week has been a fantastic week for GameCube games. I don't know what it is, but I'm not mad about it. There's been so many, I've even had to pass up a few because they were priced too high. But I got Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, and I saw this GameCube game twice today. 2 different thrift shops had this game. It's wild. And then Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. Very nice. I'm so happy to get these GameCube games. And then, but another SpongeBob game that I didn't already have. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Player's Choice Edition. So excited. As far as video games go, guys, do comment below. Let me know what your favorite thing that I got today was. There's a lot of good stuff there. Maybe let me know what your least favorite thing was. Don't be mad at this. It's sealed. I didn't even say that earlier, did I? This is a sealed copy of 10 Minute Solution. It's called 10 Minute Solution Knockout. Knockout something. Knockout body. I love the BS on Wii. And at some point, somebody actually paid originally $20 and then ended up paying $10 for it. And then I paid a couple bucks for it at the thrift store. Alright, let's talk about the last thing that I got today. Words cannot express how excited I am about this Batman. For a lot of reasons, okay? We have a kind of makeshift toy rack, and let's talk a little bit of game room shop right now. This looks ugly, right? I've just kind of got my handhelds tossed up here. I'm not doing a ton with them right now. I want a better way to display those. And then all my books are down here on the bottom. And I've got them down there because, have you ever watched anybody's game room tours or any of the other YouTubers you guys like and noticed that all their shelves are bowed? It's not hard at all to bow these shelves. A stack of video games doesn't really do that, but a big stack of books will. So my current plan for the game room in here is to do all the bottom rows, just my gaming manuals and books and stuff. And then this whole shelf, we're just going to do one shelf in the game room from now on for toys. And I'm going to maybe have a Batman shelf, an X-Men shelf, a Mario shelf, which is going on up top, and hopefully that's it. An X-Men shelf, did I already say that? I don't know, maybe a shelf of Skylanders and Disney Infinity, I don't know. But I don't want toys taking over the whole room. That's kind of how I feel about it right now. And then that way, if I have a shelf full of Batman action figures, and then I find another one, well, maybe one will have to go if it can't squeeze on there. That's my current plan. How do you guys feel about that? Is one shelf going to be enough for all the toys in the world that I want? I don't know. I'm sweating it a little bit. But I do love me some Batman. That's the perfect pair right there. Have you ever seen 2 toys meant to be together more? I think not. It's like it's finally complete. When I found this, his name's Ace, right? When I found Ace, if that's wrong and I post this video and it's wrong, I'm just gonna cry. But I'm pretty sure his name's Ace. When I found this toy ages ago, I was like, when am I ever gonna find a Batman cool enough to go with him? It is done. They belong together. They will stay together, and I'm going to rearrange this shelf to make it a Batman shelf. But that is it, guys. That is everything that I got today. This guy right here is definitely find of the day for me. What I want you guys to do before you go is definitely comment below and tell me what kind of toys you collect. I, personally, it's really hard for me to say exactly what toys I collect because I don't want to be a toy collector. I want to collect all the video games and that's it. But there's just some stuff that I see at the thrift store for so cheap, like this guy that I got for $1.49. Like, I couldn't leave that there. I mean, I definitely want to keep it, but if it ever gets too cluttery in here, I gotta go, well, I gotta get rid of the Batman shelf, I'll just give it to my nephews or something. But for right now, these guys are definitely going to be on display here in the game room. But what kind of toys do you display in your game room? A lot of people are probably going to say Amiibos, etc., which I've started collecting. We don't have very many. We've got 3, and they're obviously the cheap, easy to find ones, because not everybody really cares about Animal Crossing. But I do have a few of those. And hopefully I can fit them all on the shelf, because I don't want the toys to go beyond this shelf. That's my game plan. But do tell me what kind of toys you collect. I'm hoping to hear some cool stuff. I know I've heard a few people in the comments mention they collect some Spawn figures. That's pretty dope. I've seen some pictures over on our Discord of some people that collect Star Wars stuff, which is a good one. I want to know. I want to know about you. You've sat here and listened to me. You've sat here and listened to me talk about me. Now tell me what you collect. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. As always, you guys rock. Every one of you that watch, like, comment, and subscribe, you rock. So do like, comment, and subscribe before you go. And please hit that subscribe button because we're trying to get to 1,000 ASAP. Do you understand me? ASAP, Batman. ASAP. I wonder if we can ride the Bat Dog. How does that look? But please, hit the subscribe button. Seriously, okay? We're trying to get to 1,000. We want to get there quick. And hit that bell notification so that whenever we post these videos in the future and I go buy video games and do weird things like this, you'll get a notification and you can come back and hang out with me then. Until then, guys, peace out.